Alrighty then, my roll chums, it is I, Daniel, you may call me the Pop Culture Dude. We're back at it again with another Sonic Movie 2 news video. So it's been a while since I have been posting any Sonic Movie 2 related videos on this channel, until I check my community posts. Of course, you guys want me to make another video because that's why you subscribed to my channel in the first place, But all jokes aside, let's get straight into the news at the speed of sound. So you guys are probably wondering, why wasn't there a trailer of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 at CinemaCon? Well, allow me to clarify. So about 2 weeks ago, Paramount Pictures had a panel at CinemaCon that features the big movies that were at the presentation exclusively were Clifford the Big Red Dog and Top Gun's 2 upcoming sequels, Mission Impossible 7 and Top Gun 2, but they have been delayed, so does Clifford the Big Red Dog due to a pandemic that's going on into the world, but there was no Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and you're probably thinking, why? Because Clifford is coming sooner, possibly later this year. There's no release date announcement yet, but that's like the next Paramount live-action CGI motion picture that is from the studio. And another thing, guys, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 does not come out till April 8th. We're now in September. The movie doesn't come out till 8 months later, and director Jeff Fowler wrapped up the scenes in Vancouver back in May, and then 100% film all of the live-action scenes in Hawaii back in June 25th, and then you lead other voice actors like Ben Schwartz, the voice of Sonic, to record the lines when they're done with their live-action actors with the scenes that they shot, so they can render the CGI, the voice acting, the music, the editing, the CGI, the market promotions. Movies just take a while for the movie to be made, guys, so that's why there's no Sonic trailer that was at CinemaCon like a couple of weeks ago. So don't expect a trailer until probably late October or early November, and you're probably thinking, why? Because if they release Clifford the Big Red Dog later this year, maybe this could be a possibility where the trailer could be attached to that movie. Since it's PG rated, it's a family movie. The first Sonic movie was a family movie, so I'm expecting the sequel to be the same too, unless they make it dark and edgy. I'm just kidding, they won't do that. But that's like my best guess, and if they do November, that's gravy. Because the first movie's trailer, well, the new trailer, was released on my birthday, November 12th, 2019, so it was the best time to do it, but also it's been the month of Sonic the Hedgehog content, so that's what I'm expecting for the trailer for the Sonic movie 2. But before we continue on with the video, let's recap ourselves from the cast and crew, from the plot details, what they shot, and what can we expect if they make a trailer for the Sonic the Hedgehog sequel. Alrighty then, let's recap ourselves. First things first, as you expected, Jeff Fowler is returning to direct the sequel, obviously for sure. And as for the returning live-action cast members, you got Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, but his dentist calls him Rob. You got James Marsden coming back as Tom Wachowski, aka Donut Lord himself. You got Tika Sumpter, aka Maddie Wachowski, who's also nicknamed as Pretzel Lady. And as for the other side human characters that are returning, you got Anna Pally, who played Wade, who was Tom Wachowski's friend in the town of Green Hills. You got Natasha Rothwell, who played Maddie's wacky sister, and you got a new additional cast member who's joined the live-action cast members. It's Shamar Moore, who's technically going to be Natasha's fiance for what I've heard, but that's what I know for the major live-action human characters. And as for the main voice actors for the animated CGI characters, Ben Schwartz will obviously reprise his role as the Blue Blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. Then you got the addition of Idris Elba as Knuckles the Echidna, and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles. But still no confirmation of Miles Tails Prower, aka Tails himself. No confirmation of Khalil O'Shaughnessy. No confirmation of a celebrity gonna fill in the shoes of Tails himself. So that's not yet to be clear. And no, there's no other Sonic characters like Amy Rose, Shadow the Hedgehog, or Metal Sonic. They could be saved to future sequels, according to the writers Pat Casey and Josh Miller, with the addition of a new writer that's joining in, so that's pretty new. That is written the Lego Batman and Lego Ninjago movie that is joining along with the screenplay of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So now that we got caught up with the cast and crew, let's talk about the story of the sequel before I make my predictions and expectations for the trailer. After settling in Green Hills, Sonic is ready for more freedom, and Tom and Maddie agree to leave him home while they go on vacation. But soon are they gone when Dr. Robotnik comes back, this time with a new partner, Knuckles, in a search for an emerald that has the power to both build and destroy civilizations. Sonic teams up with his own sidekick Tails, and together they embark on a journey to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands.
Emeralds.
So after reading the plot synopsis, this is the best predictions that I would think that will happen in the trailer. I think just like in the first movie's trailer, it's going to show Sonic narrating his life and about his lifestyle. Also, that he's a super ball of energy and extremely handsome package, just like in the first movie that he loves Green Hills, kind of like in the first movie where he narrates about his lifestyle of roaming around Green Hills and his perspective, because you know, he's the main character of his own movie, and that's why it's called Sonic the Hedgehog, duh. But now that he is home with Tom and Maddie, which is something that he always wanted, so he doesn't have to be lonely most of the time, but since Tom and Maddie has to leave Sonic home alone as they go on vacation, that could bum Sonic out just because Tom and Maddie are not ready to reveal this talking blue hedgehog around the world, because you know, government officials are still interested on discovering of who Sonic is, and they don't want to use him like as a lab rat or a guinea pig for their test subjects, so they decide to leave Sonic home, while Tom and Maddie, they go to Hawaii to possibly Maddie's sister's, aka Rachel's, wedding party that she probably could be engaged, and that could lead to cases where Sonic is just all alone by himself, where he's born and got nothing to do. Next, from what I can expect, is Tails showing up with his Miles electric device, scanning over Sonic the Hedgehog's surrounding, where he said in the movie,
"If these readings are accurate, he's here. I found him. I hope it's not too late."
And once when he finds Sonic, I think he'll find Sonic when he's home alone. Once when Tom and Maddie leaves a vacation in Hawaii, they meet each other for the first time, and I bet it's gonna be like the first movie of meow, like they both scream at each other by saying, "Who are you?" And I'm thinking that Tails will introduce himself by saying,
"Sonic, we need your help. Like, I basically just look around you anywhere because Longclaw chooses you as the chosen one over the Chaos Emeralds."
And the reason why I think so, because if Sonic never had a true childhood friend and he only had Longclaw, who was like his guardian owl, guarding over Sonic when he was a young baby before bad guys, aka the Echidna tribe, I will get to that later, where they track down Sonic just because of his power. And Tails, he probably might need Sonic the Hedgehog's help because Chaos Emeralds are the ones that basically causes power for him to overcharge wherever it goes to, like, into the wrong hands, like the villains, or in the good hands. And I think Tails needs Sonic's help in the search to look everywhere for them. And Sonic doesn't want to get into trouble, but since he wants to go out, and the fact that he can make a true, real best friend. I know Tom was his #1 best friend in the first movie, but he's more like a father figure than a friend. Tails could be like Sonic's true best friend, that is someone at least close to him since he has similar powers, and they both came from the same planet for where they're from, since they both use portal rings to transport to different dimensions. It's like what Sonic said to the first movie as he explains to Tom about the importance of rings for where he comes from. Anyway, let's get to the evil genius himself, Dr. Robotnik. So the last time that we saw him from the first movie, he was knocked down by Sonic, but he wasn't completely out, since he rises back up with his new evolutionizing form to look bald, with the mustache, and possibly might get fat by having an allergic mushroom reaction if he gains weight, so he can be looking like the video game actor Dr. Robotnik. And let's not forget that he's gonna be full-blown insanity into his reconnaissance. Come on, that's hilarious! What's the matter with you? And the fact that he has the quill, that he's been trapped around the planet for only 87 days, correct? He has the unlimited quill energy that basically can create any future robotic-sized Batniks or any giant robots that Robotnik can. But if he encounters Knuckles the Echidna himself, who's voiced by Idris Elba, if he finds Knuckles the Echidna on the Mushroom Planet, and I get it, it'll be a nice Easter egg reference to Sonic and Knuckles from that one Mushroom Hill Zone level, it'll be interesting that Robotnik will have Knuckles' assistance to go back to Earth, and I think that's how he will come back to Earth, with the assistance of Knuckles the Echidna of finding other hidden Chaos Emeralds around the world. And why would Knuckles will want to trust Robotnik? If you guys remember from Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Sonic Adventure 1, Knuckles is obviously gullible, but he's not the most smartest. Like, he thinks that Robotnik is the one that he could trust to find the Chaos Emeralds, because, you know, the emeralds, including the Master Emerald, which is the biggest one of them all, are related to his ancestors of the Echidna tribe. And we know the Echidna tribe was in the first movie, tracking down Sonic the Hedgehog, so I think Knuckles will be introduced as an antagonist, along with Dr. Robotnik, to find the Chaos Emeralds. And if you guys been catching up with my Sonic Movie 2 videos, which are the on-set related ones, I can't show it because copyright reasons, but if you remember that there was a couple of more scenes that are taking place like in a snowy mountain, and then a truck chase scene with the police cops, and let's not forget that Gun is in this movie, which is a military organization that was first established in Sonic Adventure 2, and they play a big part in one huge action sequence. But in other words, if Robotnik and Knuckles are eventually to return, and Sonic and Tails are going to be on an adventure by themselves, as Tom and Maddie are just peacefully having a nice Hawaiian vacation, this can make all sense now for where the story is going to be tied in. So I expected that Robotnik and Knuckles are going to encounter Sonic and Tails, and if Knuckles conflicts with Sonic, it will make sense because, you know, the Echidnas are responsible for supposedly killing Longclaw, which I believe, and then technically that if Knuckles believe that Sonic is the one that has the power, that he'll be the chosen one for the Chaos Emeralds, and Knuckles like to have it for himself with the lies that Robotnik will fool him in, it will make sense because it's exactly like the source material. And you can definitely tell that the sequel is definitely going to be more big, massive, and definitely a more accurate, a more faithful adaptation of Sonic the Hedgehog into this one movie sequel. I promise you that. And yes, even though there's an on-set photo where Knuckles is teaming up with Sonic and Tails side by side, like, this should be expected from the fans. Like, I expected at least that Knuckles is gonna have like a change of heart, help Sonic and Tails, and realize that the real villain all along is Robotnik, where he's eventually terrorizing the town of Green Hills in complete peril, and that probably might lead to Tom and Maddie noticing about it. I won't say the rest because either, well, it will be spoiling the movie for you, but that's what I'm gonna expect for the trailer. And maybe a sweet song choice, just like they play Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones in the first movie trailer, or Supersonic, obviously not Gangsta's Paradise, like any song choice that they will choose just to market the movie. And I bet the trailer's gonna end with like one silly joke that might end off with Sonic, Tails, or Robotnik himself. And if Robotnik does appear, I expect to be like a "Hello Peter," like in Spider-Man No Way Home, or in this case, "You're mine, Hedgehog," and I think that'll be so epic. So that's what I'm expecting. If you pay attention to the details in the cast and crew and everything what I cover for this video that you're watching right now, that's what I'm gonna expect for the Sonic Movie 2 trailer from what's gonna be in it. It could be late October or early November from the best predictions that I can think of. And if these predictions are accurate, then I will be happy to be right. Look at that, I was right. Nothing like a surprise. So I'll be extremely happy if so. So guys, please be patient for the trailers to come by. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. But in the meantime, we could just wait for our anticipation for Sonic Movie 2. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care now. Bye bye then.